Well, this morning I'm going to talk about giving in a different way. Because a couple of years ago, a friend and I started volunteering at a children's home and an orphanage that's not too far from where we live. And I've visited orphanages in lots of different parts of the world, and none of them were quite like this place. This place was pretty different. It was, first of all, located in the mountains, and it's in a big, beautiful home that's been converted into an orphanage. It's bright, it's well decorated and well outfitted. The cupboards are filled with diapers and what can only be described as an excess of baby clothes. So when we asked, how can we help? How can we donate? And what do you need? Basically, the directors said, we don't need anything, we're good. Basically, what they really needed and what they needed quite desperately was people. They needed people to volunteer their time to hold the babies and play with the toddlers. It was really just as simple as that. The hope was that all the children will have met their developmental milestones by the time that they're adopted out into their forever families. But the sad reality is that those children who have been very well fed and cared for will probably have some delays simply because they haven't had as much adult interaction as babies who are born into their forever families. So I think the thing I learned from the children's home is that sometimes what's needed most is time. And actually that can sometimes be the hardest thing to come by. So I think sometimes we often equate giving, sacrifice, offering blessings with something tangible, a gift that's of money or resources that blesses others. But what I've been learning this year is that for me, in what's a crazy busy season of life I'm in right now, the greatest thing I can offer is my time. Time is valuable, and I always feel like I have too little of it, and I'm sure you feel the same way. I started a new position at my job this year, so in hindsight, this may not have been terrific timing to also start as the Pearl Kids ministry team leader, especially when my own kids are still so young and need so much. And yet, I've never been sorry to have spent time here at church with the children or at home planning. Perhaps you can think of a time when you've had little money left till the next paycheck, but gave anyway, trusting that God would provide. I know I can. Or you can think of a time this sort of thing has happened to someone close to you. In fact, it's almost cliche. We believe that God provides, that he never fails to take care of us, and it's true. Yet, for me, it has taken me a long time in my life to really trust him with my time. Just when I think I cannot give any more, that I could not possibly squeeze one more event into my Sunday or meeting into my week, because when would I sleep? It always works out. Events in my personal life can get unexpectedly canceled, or I'll suddenly have a surge of energy late at night and get all the things done. Strangely, I've discovered that the more I give of myself, the more I actually have to give. And it doesn't really make sense, I know, because there are only 24 hours in a day. It reminds me of a quote from H. Jackson Brown Jr. that I'm sure you've heard. It goes, "Don't say you don't have enough time. You have exactly the same number of hours per day that were given to Helen Keller, Michelangelo, Mother Teresa, Da Vinci, Thomas Jefferson, and Albert Einstein." But I think I get it now. I come from a long line of ministers and missionaries, I think most of you know. In my mother's family especially, it was very customary on deputation for their family to sing in front of the churches that supported them, and then also share about what God was doing in their lives and the people they were partnering with in the Philippines. And I'm not going to sing, so don't worry. But there's a song my uncle sang one year on furlough, and he sang it over and over at every church they went to, and I've been humming it to myself a lot lately, relishing the words as much as the 1980s melody. It's Bobby Michael's "Anything That Costs Me Nothing" song. It's a theme touched on over and over in the scriptures, and part of the song goes like this: "Whatever he requires, it's my desire, whatever he may need from me. I'll pay the cost, gain or loss. I will not offer anything that costs me nothing. I'll place before him nothing less than my very best. And if I'm called to sacrifice, it'll be worthy of my Christ. I will not offer anything that costs me nothing." And offering a gift, a sacrifice, a blessing, my understanding of what it means to really give has grown this year. For me, what I had to give was the last thing I thought I had, but I guess that's kind of